Good YouTube, Dmgaming here, y'all. And today, I finished playing the story for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And I want to take this time to do my review of the game. Now, I still don't have the intro, so we're not rolling that, guys. Check out the merchandise. Check out Beautiful Halo. They got the anime collection. All this stuff is in the description box down below. I'm still getting stuff transitioned over from my other hard drive and stuff like that, but we'll get all that. So anyway, I'll roll something in the background. That's the gameplay from the live stream. I didn't want to do like this whole super professional review of the game. I feel like doing it the way that I'm going to do it now, like we've been doing it all year long. Like this, man. Me talking to y'all in your face. Conversation. Now, my review of the game. Like I said, I finished the story mode. And I have to say that CyberConnect 2 has done an amazing job telling the Dragon Ball Z story. Like, you know, whenever they were showing all the cutscenes to the game and stuff like that, a lot of people were saying, they're showing too much, they're showing too much. I remember making a statement saying that even though we're seeing this, once you're actually playing the game and you're into the game and stuff like that, it's not going to seem like the same way it feels sitting there watching those cutscenes. So, guys, if you haven't played this game, if you haven't played the story, you owe it to yourself to experience this at least once. Because, I don't know, guys, the music, the animation, and there are cutscenes in this game that look even better than the anime. Now, there are other scenes in the game that, even though it's not as a high quality as some of the main cutscenes in the game, it's still done very well. Like, the feeling that I had when I first watched Dragon Ball Z, I had that same feeling. And I'm talking about story mode wise. I had that same feeling, if not greater, watching this story. It was like watching it for the first time. Even though you know what was going to happen, you still want to see it. You still watch it. You still into it. And let me move myself over, man. Y'all didn't tell me I was over here like that. But even though it tells the same story, even though we know the story, even though we know everything that's gonna happen, seeing it in game is completely different. So for those of y'all who haven't played this game, those of y'all who just saw it and like, I don't want to play it, or you know, I've seen it so I don't have to worry about it or anything like that, I would implore you to get it, play it for yourself. You ain't got to get it right now. Wait till it go on sale. Find a buddy that got a copy of it. Borrow it. You owe it to yourself if you are a Dragon Ball fan to play this game at least one time. Now, the reason I say that is because, you know, for those of you who say, well, it's the same old story, I'm tired of playing the same old story, the way that this game tells the story, it didn't feel like anything I've played before, Dragon Ball wise, because, and I knew this would be the case, it's an RPG. You literally feel invested in the characters in the game. You feel invested in Goku, you feel invested in Gohan, Piccolo, you feel invested in Vegeta, you feel invested in these characters. So with that being said, once you're playing this game, you're fishing, you're making meals, you're experiencing them level up, you're feeling the character get stronger. The characters get stronger. You can't wait till the next round so you can unlock some new super attacks and things like that. Like, you feel invested in these characters, and they did a seamless job explaining some of like the unexplored lore, some of the background stuff to the anime. And I thought that they would do that via subquests, but they don't. It's actually in the story itself. And, you know, one scene or one part that stood out to me was whenever Gohan was with Android 16. There was a mission that he had to do as part of the main quest. he had to find these materials. They was repairing Android 16, and he had to find these materials in order to repair him. And he bought the materials back. It was meteorites. You had to find 3 of them. Brought him back to Bulma. Bulma makes this chip, and she holds it up to him and shows him and basically tells Gohan, this is how he lives. And fast forward to the end of the Cell saga, Gohan versus Cell. Cell steps on 16's head, and that chip comes out. That chip lands on the ground in front of Gohan. And you see, just like in the anime, that light flicker, 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 gone. And in the anime, that's all we saw was that. And we thought that Gohan just exploded because he's tired of Cell killing people. Now, in the game, does it, in my opinion, better than the anime because it actually explains, you know, Gohan went through the trouble of finding these meteorite for this material for them to make this chip. And this was 16's life source. As long as that chip was alive, 16 could be brought back to life. 16 could live. But, you know, that was his relationship to 16. They went out into the forest. They looked and talked about animals and stuff like that. They connected. And whenever Cell stepped on his head, this chip fell out. And when that chip died, when that chip the lights of that chip went out, Gohan lost it. Because that was like the epitome of anything that Cell could have done. You know, it's one thing to pick on his friends. It's one thing to threaten the earth. But this innocent guy whose main objective was to kill his dad, befriends Gohan, and basically says, it's my objective, but I can't carry it out because I'm too soft-hearted. A heart that big. The light went out. Gohan snapped. Like the way that I don't know if any of y'all even caught that. You know what I'm saying? Like that story, man, is told completely different in the anime. And I love the way that the game told that story. Like, it made sense. When Vegeta was talking about Goku in his Super Saiyan 3 transformation and how it made him feel. Like, the anime didn't portray that. This game portrayed that. You felt those feelings. You felt those emotions. You understood why Vegeta didn't want to fuse with Goku. He was legit upset. Like, dude, you know me, bruh. You know my Saiyan pride. We Saiyans, we the last of our race. How could you embarrass me like that? How could you not give me everything that you got? And despite all of that, you know, the ending to the story was the icing on the cake, man. Vegeta saying, Kakarot, you're number 1. Now, yeah, he said that in the anime, but just the way that it was done in this game. Cyber Connect 2. Bandai Namco, I know y'all ain't listening because y'all tend to not even know a brother exists. But if you listening, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to all the anime fans of video games to have Cyber Connect 2 develop at least one open world action RPG game for every anime series that's out there. One Piece, One Punch Man, you need Hunter x Hunter, you need all of them. You know what I'm saying? Tokyo Ghoul, Fairy Tail. Cyber Connect 2 does a outstanding job on this. They did it. They did it. 10 out of 10 as far as the story is concerned. Now, for the rest of the game, because I've talked for almost 10 minutes about the story alone, guys. This story alone is 10 out of 10. Easy, hands down, game of the year, story of the year. Okay. Now, as far as like the rest of the game, whenever they told us early on, combat-wise, that the combat system starts out simplistic and it gets more complex as the game progresses, they weren't lying. I watch people play the game and I wonder, do they even know everything that they could do with the combos? And what I'll have to eventually do is get here and start making videos about the combat. Guys, there is a ton of depth to the combat system. Like, and it's fun because you literally test your limits every fight. You literally, like, I would literally find myself trying to come up with new stuff. And I did. And when I would find a new technique, it would make me that much more, you know what, on the battlefield, man. I'm going to have to show it to y'all. But even like Goku and Gohan have a 4-star combo where, you know, they have the regular combo. Then they have 1+1 that's a 3-star. Then they have another +1 that's a 4-star. Guys, as you level up, these combos do get complex. Gohan has Ultimate Gohan, Adult Gohan has a move, two physical moves, two melee moves that he could actually string together. Done it. It's nice. It's dope. Like, I mean, stringing, you can even string together super attacks. Some of them you can string together if you know how to time it right and stuff like that. Like, you know, whenever we talked about like knocking a guy into the mountains, when we heard about destructible environments, knocking a guy into a mountain and then following up with a whole volley of ki blasts or, you know, a Kamehameha or Big Bang, Final Flash, you can do that kind of stuff in this game. Like, literally, if you wanted to, like, no two fights are the same. I never went into one fight and was like, gosh, this feels just like the last fight. Because each fight, I would try something different. Each fight, I would fight that enemy different. And the beautiful thing about this game is that all the enemies don't fight the same. You know, they all fight different. So you have to approach each fight differently. And guys, if you don't think that the combat system in this game is deep, then you're not playing the game properly. A lot of people just speed rush through the game so they can get to the end and see what's the end game content, see what's the end of it all. If you have rushed through this game, you need to go back and take your time, play every sub quest, play everything, because you're missing out. If you play this game the way it was intended to be played, there is no way that you rate this game below a 9. You see what I'm saying? It's that good. The combat is dope. The story is dope. The subquests, they're unique. I didn't get the sense that any of the subquests was repetitive. I heard in some reviews some people saying the subquests are repetitive. You're doing the same old stuff every subquest. You're fighting enemies. People who say that, I'm gonna tell y'all, people who say that have not played the full game, because never did I play a subquest and felt that it was just the same thing that I did before. Are there subquests where you're fighting enemies? Yeah. Tell me an RPG where there are subquests that you're not just going to fight somebody or you're not going to find something. But this game did a good job with the subquests, in my opinion. Like, my expectations for the subquests weren't high. This isn't a super duper lore game like The Witcher or something like that. It's Dragon Ball. We know the story. So the subquests, you know, I went in it not expecting much. Not to say that they didn't deliver. There were some fun subquests, especially at the end of the game. And now that's where I'm currently at. I'm currently playing the end game content. And for one of my major concerns of the game, which is end game, I'm happy. I'm not that concerned. I'm looking forward to it. The game tells you basically at the end that you're going to experience more. That, no, wait, guys, this isn't it. There's more. There's more coming. And it's interesting because as I'm flying around as Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, and I'm going through the sub characters, the support characters, you really can sense, like, guys, those support characters are going to be playable one day. They are. Like, you can look at, especially Goten and Kid Trunks, look at their skill trees, guys. These guys are going to be playable. It's going to happen. You know, you even get to run around a little bit with Goten. You know, you get to fight with Vegito and Gotenks. I told y'all you wasn't going to get to fly around with them. Told y'all that. You might listen to me, but now y'all see. But guys, it is, like, I get the feeling now that even though Majin Buu is defeated, I have time to train. I mean, there was, what, a 10-year time skip or something like that between the end of Z and Super, or not the end of Z, more or less, the end of Majin Buu to Super. 7 to 10 year time skip, something like that. You get that feeling that you need to train to get stronger. You know, now you finish the game and there's a ton of side quests that pop up. I mean, I don't know where to start. Plus the Dragon Balls, and I'm still leveling up my community board. I've got the training all the way max now, finally. And I know that you can get up to level 250 at least. Like, my characters right now aren't even level 100. Guys, I'm excited. Like, that tells me, like, I'm not in any hurry to max them out. I'm taking my time. I'm fighting. I'm still going to do the training stuff. I heard a lot of great things about that. I've already done a lot of missions. And guys, I'm excited. This game overall, like, even at the end, the music, I turned the music back on because I wasn't streaming, of course. And the music in this game, it flows with everything that's going on in the game. Like, everything lines up, and the end is, you're captivated at the end, you're taken for a ride, and you're captivated at the beginning, you're taken for a ride, and at the end of the game, it's even better. Like everything. Like, gosh, I can't give enough praise to this game. And it ain't because I've been talking about it all year. It's because this game exceeded my expectations. I knew the game was going to be good. I knew the game was going to be fun. I knew the game was going to be interesting. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. And whenever I see like reviews that aren't that good, yeah, some people are not going to like it. That's fine. But when I see people kind of talk bad about the game, like in subquests and stuff like that, or combat, after playing the game, you can tell who's actually played the game and who's rushed through the game for the sake of a review. Because if you took your time with this game and played it, you'll love it. Overall, I would give it a 9 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a perfect 10 out of 10 for this reason right here. There are scenes that was in the anime. You know, if you're going to advertise this game to be, you've seen the anime, now play the anime, basically, there are important scenes that were missing. Trunks fight versus Cell, missing. Vegeta's final flash attack against Perfect Cell, missing. Goku's instant transmission Kamehameha isn't even in the game. It's not even in the game. And when he did it against Cell, it's not even in the game. You know, I've spoken before, like Goku's training on King Cosplay. Now, I feel like we should have interacted with that. Snake Way, when he went to Gazames, we should have did something with that. Also, the other world, like that was missing as well. Should have been in the game, especially because it's in the dialogue in the game. Vegeta and Goku fighting inside Majin Buu should have been in the game. Like, there are things that are missing from the game that I feel like should have been in the game that aren't. But at the end of the day, it doesn't take away from the game. It's still an awesome game. But for that reason alone, the combat was great. I'm having fun with the combat. The game is fun. There's plenty of stuff to do. I'm not bored with it at all. It's extremely addicting. And I hadn't been that way for a game in years. My only downside is those things that are missing. But yet and still, overall, Dmgaming gives it a 9 out of 10. Y'all should have knew I was going to give it a high score because, well, I've been talking about it all year and I know what I was going to get. But like I said, yet and still at the end of the day, I was still surprised because it has exceeded my expectations. The mini games are fun, except for those stupid things that you got to jump with. I don't like those. The cars are fun. Baseball is really fun. It is really fun to see how far you can hit and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that. And guys, oh yeah. Hyperbolic Time Chamber. Should have put that in the game. Should have put that. That should have been a training location as well as King Kai's Planet. You should be able to do some training on there with Goku. Like, the training room should have been Vegeta's. You should have made King Kai's Planet Goku's. But future updates can change all of those things. So I'm very excited to see where the game's going to go. DLC wise, guys, I'm excited. So let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Don't forget to hit the like button or the dislike button if you didn't like it. And if you didn't like it, let me know why down below. Till next time, y'all, thanks for watching.